These lectures are part of the Superstar Teachers series. They are produced by the Teaching Company. The lectures on these tapes are titled The Great Ideas of Philosophy.
Shall we rehearse those summoning optimistic Arnoldian one-liners and sentence fragments? Sweetness in life, rational being making himself ever more rational, best things said and thought by the human race, the eternal summon of beauty to a spirit that is the human spirit, something in us that inclines us to Greek. As I speak, it's 1997. It's the closing portion of the 20th century. I don't know many people that actually would identify the state of human affairs as one best characterized by seeking sweetness in life, attempting to render ourselves ever more rational, or in any way feeling particularly inclined toward Greek and things Hellenic. Ours, I think, is a rather nervous age, rather less confident than the Victorians. The Victorians were always complaining about bad health and their mortality, which was going to ring true at any minute. Most of them lived to be 80-something. These were the healthiest sick people I think the world had ever produced. And of course they were worrying constantly, but they weren't worrying simply about themselves. The Victorians indeed saw us coming and wondered, and I want to be understood on this so it doesn't sound utterly Toryish. I want to be clear on this point. Look, the reform movements of the 19th century, the whole force of an egalitarian ethics, an ethics of liberation, opposed to discrimination, opposed to rank and class and exclusions, has to be counted as one of the great achievements of human moral sensibility. But a price does get paid for this. You very often find the unleashing of forces that all of those removed institutions and social practices and the like had initially been brought about to bring under control. I mean, there is something, if I may use the expression, entirely dialectical at work here, or at least that was perceived. Well, the 19th century would host more than one luminary thought, odd word to use, with which to begin a brief lecture on Nietzsche. Nietzsche's world is not a world of sweetness and light. It is a world of light and dark. It is a world of opposing polarities and opposing tendencies. Is there something in us that inclines us to Greek? Which Greek? Apollo? Eros? Thanatos? Medea? Clytemnestra? Agamemnon? Alcibiades? Which Greek are we inclined to? Are we inclined to the Greeks given to us by Euripides, Sophocles, Aeschylus? Are we inclined to the Greek who is Aristotle or who is Plato, writing down the teachings of a Socrates self-executed by a verdict against philosophy itself, against the examined life? Look too deeply and you will find things that should not be known. Is that the message in the truth? What was it that corrupted Athenian youth in the teachings of Socrates? And indeed, what was it that was insufficiently respectful of the gods of Athens? Is this self-examination merely hubristic, or is it dangerous? Do we finally start to uncover what really makes us tick? And is this not to be found in any number of the dialogues? Is this not the horse that can barely be controlled by the charioteer? How did the ancient Greek world understand Eros? Is it this wonderful life-giving force that gives us spankingly new 7-pound babies? The world is their oyster and the future is theirs. Eros is a powerfully destructive force. It's